Israel has been bracing for a major retaliation by Iran and Hezbollah in response to the killings of senior officials. CBS News has learned that the U.S. has sent more fighter jets to an unnamed military in the Middle East. And yesterday, Hamas named the mastermind behind the October 7th attack on Israel as its new political leader. It comes in the wake of the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh last week in Tehran. Our Charlie Daggett joins us now from the Pentagon with more on all of this. Charlie, good to see you. I want to start with asking you what more we might know about those fighter jets that were sent to the Middle East. Where are they going? How many are there? And is there any concern about the safety of American troops there?
Chanel, that's exactly what this is about, this forward posturing. And I spoke to defense officials today. We can't tell you, so some F-18s had been sent from the Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier to a forward base. Now, that base is undisclosed, but it's in the Middle East with a coalition partner, we understand. Those will be backfilled by another squadron of F-22s. And as you said, this is all about U.S. force protection because forces have come under attack. In fact, one very serious one recently. But in the past 3 weeks, 4 bases or 4 attacks have happened in 2 bases, one in Iraq and one in Syria. The most recent attack injured 5 U.S. service members and 2 private contractors. 2 of those are a bit serious. They had to be evacuated, but we're told that they're not critical. So this is the official line, and I had to write it down before I came on, to mitigate the possibility of regional escalation by Iran or Iran's partners and proxies. That's why they've been forward deployed. But this is about keeping our troops in the Middle East safe as well.
Okay. And Charlie, talk to us a bit about Hamas's new political leader and how the U.S. is responding to this change.
Yeah, this is tricky. So Yahya Sinwar is essentially the leader of Hamas and has been the leader of Hamas. Ismail Haniyeh was the sort of political leader of Hamas, so he runs the military wing. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said, and he points this out, he said he has been and remains the primary decider when it comes to concluding ceasefires. As far as the Israelis are concerned, the Israeli general has already said he's going to go the same way as every other Hamas leader, and that's that he's going to be killed. And he has been the most wanted person in Gaza. He's thought to have masterminded the October 7th attacks. So in any real sense, he would have been part of the negotiations anyway because he is still calling the shots. But to have him, this extreme hardliner and militant, now in control and taking the place of Haniyeh does not bode well in terms of negotiations.
And I'm just wondering, Charlie, what America's role is in all of this. I mean, what are U.S. officials doing to really try to de-escalate what's going on there?
Well, this is where it gets difficult because there's diplomacy and then there's sort of rocket diplomacy where there are attacks and defenses and they're carefully measured. The attack that happened on that U.S. base, as I've been told, it will not go unanswered. If somebody gets hurt, that usually there is usually a retaliation, and that's thought to be an Iranian-backed Iraqi militant group who actually the United States has done work with before. I've been embedded with those groups in the fight against ISIS. In terms of diplomacy, they're still trying to push for that ceasefire, and the difficulty here is all of this goes hand in hand. They don't want Hezbollah to overreach in terms of striking Israel, as they continue to threaten to do. They really don't want Iran getting more involved in this, and they're trying to sort of suppress it by showing this force, putting the same sort of forces that are there. If you remember the April attack from Iran, the same sort of defenses are there. So in a way, they're escalating by showing force, but hoping to de-escalate by providing a deterrent.
Okay, we'll keep a close eye on this. Charlie, thank you.